Hello everyone. So our topic for today will be about the types of advertising, and this is Roes Aliagas, your reporter. Next slide. Let's define what is advertising. So according to Cutler, advertising is any paid form of non-personal presentation and promotion of ideas, goods, or services by an identified sponsor. According to the Advertising Association of the UK, advertising is any communication usually paid for, specifically intended to inform or influence one or more people. Let's proceed to our main topics, which is about the types of advertising. So there are nine, which are brand advertising, retail or local advertising, political advertising, directory advertising, direct response advertising, business to business advertising, institutional advertising, public service advertising, and interactive advertising. So let's discuss them one by one. First is brand advertising. Brand advertising is a type of strategy that develops brand recognition, customer loyalty, and builds lasting relationships with clients. The purpose of brand ads is to capture people's attention, establish a stable positive brand identity, brand credibility, and awareness. So in brand advertising, the company usually focuses on the brand rather than the product itself. Why? Kay once nga matatak sa mind ka tao ang isa ka image or brand, gets nila dayon kung ano na nga produkto ang sa brand nga na. So that what you mean by the product recognition. For example na lang sa McDo. Diba? Pag nakita mong ila logo or brand nga M, makilala mo dayon nga McDo na sa. Next is customer loyalty. So why involved ang customer loyalty when it comes to brand? Because they already trust your image, your product, and what you offer. For example na lang kay Jennie Kim ka Blackpink. She was known to be a human Chanel. Kay amo lang na premium spot sa iya nga brand ginagamit. Kag syempre siya ang brand ambassador kang Chanel. That's why man amo na ang gamit niya permi for outings, even indoors outfit ya. And then builds lasting relationship with clients. So brand advertising also develops relationship nga pang long term because you already trust and you're already loyal to that brand. Once you're connected ka na sa isa ka brand, mas prefer mo nga mag-stick sa amo na nga brand. So what does branding include? So branding includes name, logo, packaging, pricing, and other specific traits of the product. So those are essential elements of brand identity. The idea behind the offer can define brand advertising strategy as it is often determined by values promoted by the company more than by the actual product. Example. So some of the most famous brand advertising include the Coca-Cola Company. So as they involve strong emotional associations and consistent brand identity that we recognize over years, diba? As we can see, the task of brand ads is not to sell the product as fast as possible, but to create a strong brand identity. The same application of brand positioning we can also see in the Nike display ad. With a certain image and slogan, a combination of colors, Nike created a certain image that is strongly associated with the brand. For online display advertising, these elements are indispensable for the company that wants to be memorized. Another example is about the Apple. Although marketing campaigns of Apple are minimalistic like the design of their gadgets, Apple fans always recognize the signature features of their favorite brand. The next type of advertising is the retail or local advertising. So, retail or local advertising focuses on the store where a variety of products can be purchased or where a service is offered. So, retail advertising is the process by which retailers use store advertising online and offline to drive awareness and interest towards their products to generate sales from their target audience. These ads often include specific products, their prices, sales dates, coupons, and a call to action. So, this kind of advertising are usually mga ads nga makita mo lang lapit sa store or located within the localities. For example, kung nakaagi na kamuda labay sa SM, and then makita nyo na ang bulbahol nga nakabutang 3-day sale. So, that's an example of local advertising. Isa pa ang isa nga mga sa mga baligyaan, may nakabutang na nga buy one, get one free from September 23 to 25 only. So, isa na sa mga advertising strategy ka mga business owners to let the consumers know nga ga-exist ra sa ilang products o sa sulod kang ilang store or market. So these are the example of retail or local advertising. The next type of advertising is political advertising. So, political advertising is defined as advertising displays, newspaper ads, billboards, signs, brochures, articles, tabloids, flyers, letters, radio, or TV presentations, or other means of mass communication used for the purpose of appealing directly or indirectly for votes or for financial or other support or opposition in an election campaign. So, in short, political advertising are ads related to politics. So nga ayhan importante ang political advertising. So it's important in order for the people, especially the voters, nga ma-inform about that politicians or related sa mga politics issue. Some examples are the campaigns nga nagkinatabo last elections. The flyers nga gimpangtagtag, even ang mga cups and t-shirts nga may mga ngalan sang mga kandidato are some examples of political advertising. On the next slide, we can see what are the examples of political advertising. The next type of advertising is about directory advertising. So, directory advertising is any advertising that appears in a specific directory, such as the Yellow Pages. Directory advertising utilizes heavily trafficked directories and resources, targeting specific, defined places to reach a business intended audience. It is a type of advertising which takes place in a specialized directory. In contrast with other forms of media, directory advertising is usually inexpensive and provides an opportunity to the advertisers to drive attention towards product or service at a moment when the customer is eagerly looking for and is prepared to buy. So first, what is Yellow Pages? So Yellow Pages is a book that contains advertisements and phone numbers for businesses and organizations in a particular area, grouped according to the type of business they do. So directory advertising are ads that uses a printed yellow papers nga may nakabutang sang number, location, and type ka business in order nga ma-reach kang customer sila. For example, may nagbisyo or naguba ka mga circuit sa inyong balay and no one is expert in your family para magkid-an. What do? We call someone nga makamaan or we call a company nga gaobra sa mga kuryente, diba? So how do we find them? So by the help of their printed yellow pages, but here in the Philippines, we use any kind of paper, right? And then, so ang directory advertising kis ata lang ni ma-encounter in times of need gid kang professional or someone nga expert. And most of the time nga makita ko nga directory ads or services. For example, last time pag birthday sang magulang ko, gusto namon sang video okay para kahod and sadya. And then I saw this printed paper or tarpaulin nga nakapaskil sa gate. It has the numbers nga pwede tawgan, may ara smart or globe nga nakaspecify. May ara man nakabutang location kung diin ilang office or business nakatindog, and may ara man siya prices and nakabutang ito ang specific nga inadlaw kung pila baydan. Like 1 day, 750, 2 days, 1K, amo na. So, amo na ang mga example kang directory advertising. Do ginatudloan niya kasang direction and instructions kung paano mo sila ma-reach out. As you can see on the next slide, so that's an example of directory advertising. The next type of advertising is direct response advertising. So direct response advertising is a type of marketing designed to get an instant response by encouraging people to take a specific action. The goal is to generate leads quickly. So direct response advertising requires immediate action. So, in direct response advertising, it is where nga ang business gusto nila madali ang response. So, their ads should be beneficial and attractive sa mata ka target audience nila. For example, sa nakita ko sa cartoon movie, ang aliens nga mag-friend nagalantaw sa TV advertisement nga halin sa Earth ang signal. Kailapit sila sa Earth daw. Ang unod sang ads is about sa comfy nga hiligdaan or foam which is affordable and hindi dali maguba ang manambal sa ads nila. So what makes the alien respond quickly is that ging state sa ads nga limited lang ang foam nga na and hindi tanan makakuha. So, nagdali-dali to sila, lupad pa to sa Earth in order to purchase that limited edition nga foam. Another example are the offers nga makita naton sa emails. Gakakibot lang ko na nga damo-damo sang ad sa email ko like scholarship, halin pa sa other countries, need mo lang mag-fill up and participate sa mga gapop up nila nga infos. Mga referrals pagid, kita nyo na sa mga front row, mga usana, gagamit man na sila direct response advertising through webinars or personal gid nga meetups which makes the people or person involved response quickly. So, in direct response advertising, dyan mo na makita ang damo-damo nga offer, benefits, sales, mga pa-free, no? Example na lang sa mga job hiring like call center benefits, no? They offer bonus, free meals, health benefits, and etc. And on the next slide, we can see some examples of direct response advertising. The next type of advertising is about business-to-business advertising. So, business-to-business advertising refers to any marketing efforts directed toward other businesses rather than individual consumers. Unlike business-to-consumer, business-to-business advertising aims to meet the needs of businesses and organizations and promote goods or services to their decision makers. So, as the name suggests, business-to-business marketing or advertising refers to the marketing of products or services to other businesses or organization. It is an advertising designed for one company to sell its services or products to another company. For example, I saw some TikTok ads where a product is being promoted or advertised by a famous influencer where ang product nga gina-transform niya into pwede pang business that uses part of that product nga gina-advertise siya. Ang gingamit niya, no? So, pwede siya pang negosyo to direct message sa mga business owners if ever they want that kind of product. Another example is ang sa Shopee. Nakita nyo na sa Shopee app, ang ga-offer sila nga mag-ubra ka man sang shop mo and then post ka man kabaligya mo. So, business advertising man na kay ang Shopee, which is a business, is influencing another person to have a business with the use of pinagkikitaan ng app. So, both sila maka-profit. Another example is negotiating or influencing another company or business owner in exchange of purchasing man sa imo business nga product or service. For example, ang sa mga farmers na bala or may mga tanom like coffee beans and grapes, they advertise ang ilang nga product in order nga ang mga dalagko to nga mga company like coffee shops kagaubra sang wine ma-encourage or ma-influensya nga magbakal sa ila. And business to business advertising pwede man na from manufacturer to wholesaler to retailer. And on the next slide, we can see some examples of business-to-business advertising. The next type of advertising is institutional advertising. So, institutional advertising consists of a promotional activities that aim to improve reputation, create a positive image, or encourage support of an organization. The term applies to actions oriented to promote the firm itself. So, institutional advertising differs from the most common advertising because when promoting the organization, the activities are designed to create certain mindset about it like trustworthiness or respectability. The ultimate objective is to make people more willing to think positively about the organization. In some cases, these actions might result in higher consumer preference when deciding about a purchase. Like any other type of advertising, the company must define a target group, a message, means or methods to communicate, and expected results. For example, nabatian rin dyan nga ads last time, which is ang paggamit sang eco bag or paper bag. So, which is substitute ka plastic bag in order to avoid ka sobra-sobra nga basura which can hurt ka mga creature nga ka-istar sa daga. Okay? Ang manang isa ka example ka institutional advertising. So, institutional advertising are most likely used by organizations, company, or type of product so that people have a positive opinion of it. Another example is ang Adidas. I know you're familiar with Adidas. So, nag-launch ka campaign nga ma-donate sila ka 10% of all their income to orphans in Africa. So, with that advertisement, hindi lang naka-benefit ang mga orphans in Africa, but also the company of Adidas. So, maliban sa taas nga sale, nangin nami ilang image sa panurukan ka tao. On the next slide, we can see an example of institutional advertising, which is ang sa Adidas. The next type of advertising is public service advertising, also known as public service announcement. So, unlike traditional commercials, public service advertisement or advertising are primarily designed to inform and educate rather than sell a product or service. So, ang public service advertising or announcement is a tool used to spread awareness and some issues for free. For example, emergency preparedness or awareness. Have you received a message from NDRRMC? Ang message nga na is an example of public service announcement or advertising. For example, here's a message sa akin kang September 26. Okay? So, another example, ang sa next picture nga nakabutang on the slide, give the ocean a hand. So, it is also a public service advertising. Gina-remind or ginapa-aware kita nga damo na plastic nga karapta sa dagat. So, why not take a time to clean the ocean? No? Some examples also are weather updates, smoking can kill, do not hurt animals, planting of trees, and etc. So, the last one is interactive advertising. Interactive advertisement refers to promotional techniques that include an element of feedback from those to whom the advertisement are directed. Interactive advertising is usually used to refer to online advertising, but can also be applied to offline advertisement methods such as consumer survey. So, interactive advertising, from the word itself, nakikipag-interact It means influencing or having an effect on each other. Interactive advertising is a media-based marketing technique which encourages consumer participation. So the main focus of interactive advertising is to have consumers engage and interact with the ad in some way and directly or indirectly provide feedback on a campaign. For example, nakita niyo na ang nag-viral nga video sa mall and then may nakabutang sa screen nga scream get a free Hershey's cone. Okay? So, damo-damo na ang nag-try kung nag-interact ka to. So, that's an example of interactive advertising. Another example could be an interactive video that asks the viewer to make choices or answer questions. For example, the Shopee Live, TikTok Live, and Facebook Live nga ang mga sellers and consumers ka-interact with each other. And another example, when we play games sa phone naton, may pop up nga ratean ta daw ang ila nga app or may ka-feedback. So, you just click that and then pasaya ka to kay Play Store. And dyan mo na makita some interactions kay iba man nga mga maker. So, they give feedback about the games and ga-reply man na ang customer service nila. So, in the next slide, we can see some examples of interactive advertising. Okay, in the first picture, you can see the ad used by Bakdo, which is puzzle. The next one is what I said earlier, Scream, get a free Hershey's cone. And the next picture is when we rate some apps in the Play Store. And that's all about the types of advertising. Thank you for listening.